Nearly 2,000 years ago, Rome stood as one of the most powerful empires the world had ever known. Its armies controlled vast territories, bringing wealth, order, and strict authority to lands far beyond Italy. Strength, discipline, and loyalty were considered the foundation of Rome's dominance and survival as an empire. The empire depended heavily on young men willing to dedicate their lives entirely to military service. Continuous expansion meant wars were frequent, requiring a steady supply of capable and obedient soldiers. Leaders believed emotional attachments could weaken a soldier's resolve and distract them from duty on the battlefield. Family ties and romantic relationships were viewed as distractions from loyalty to Rome and obedience to command. At that time, Emperor Claudius ruled with a focus on strength, discipline, and control above all else. He believed unmarried men made the most effective soldiers because they have fewer emotional obligations. The wise strategy. Advisors, we must consider this. To strengthen his army, he decided to restrict marriage among young men throughout the empire. This decision shocked many citizens and left countless couples facing uncertainty, separation, and the loss of future plans. Yet love does not disappear easily, and in this tense world, one man would soon choose compassion over obedience. In this tense world lived a quiet priest who believed love was sacred and worth protecting. His name was Valentine, and he served quietly among the people of Rome. Unlike the emperor, Valentine believed marriage strengthened people rather than weakening them. When couples came to him in distress, he chose compassion over obedience to imperial help. He began performing marriage ceremonies in secret, away from the eyes of authorities. These ceremonies were simple, quiet, and attended only by trusted witnesses. Many weddings took place at night, when fewer people were watching the streets. For couples, these secret vows restored hope that had been taken away by the emperor's decree. Word spread quietly through Rome that someone was helping lovers stay together. More couples sought Valentine's help, risking punishment for the chance to marry. Each ceremony increased the danger, because discovery would mean severe consequences for everyone involved. But Valentine continued, believing love was worth the risk, even under the shadow of imperial power. Over time, whispers of forbidden weddings began spreading to Rome, reaching ears that should never have heard them. Some citizens spoke cautiously, while others feared the consequences if authorities discovered the secret ceremonies. Eventually, reports reached officials responsible for maintaining order in the emperor's name. The idea of citizens openly defying imperial law was unacceptable to the ruling authority. The emperor ordered a thorough investigation to find whoever was responsible for these illegal marriages. Soldiers began searching neighborhoods, questioning citizens, and watching for suspicious gatherings after dark. Many couples narrowly avoided capture, fleeing or hiding whenever patrols approached their meeting places. Despite the danger, Valentine continued performing ceremonies, believing the need for love outweighed the risk. Let us begin another secret wedding. But the network of secrecy began collapsing as authorities closed in on the hidden gatherings. One night, soldiers burst into a ceremony, ending the quiet vows with sudden violence and shock. Valentine was identified immediately as the man responsible for defying the emperor's command. He did not resist as soldiers took him away, knowing his fate would soon be decided by Rome. Valentine was taken to a Roman prison, where thick stone walls and iron bars ensured no escape. The conditions were harsh, designed to break the spirit of those who challenged imperial authority. Yet Valentine remained calm, holding to his beliefs even as uncertainty surrounded his future. A Roman jailer watched the unusual prisoner with curiosity rather than hostility. But Valentine spoke kindly to him, treating even his captor with patience and respect. Over time, the jailer began to see him not as a criminal, but as a man of compassion. Lucky. The jailer's young daughter sometimes visited, bringing a rare sense of warmth into the cold prison. Lucky. Valentine spoke gently with her, offering comfort during a time filled with fear and uncertainty. Lucky. A quiet friendship formed, bringing hope to both the imprisoned priest and the child. Lucky. Lucky. As his execution approached, Valentine prepared a final message for those he cared about. He wrote words of gratitude and affection, expressing kindness even in the face of death. Lucky. He signed it simply, "From your Valentine," a phrase that would echo across centuries of history. After many days in prison, the morning of judgment finally arrived, and soldiers came to escort Valentine. They ordered him to stand and prepare to leave, treating him not as a priest, but a condemned criminal. Valentine did not resist, for he understood what awaited him beyond the prison walls and chose dignity. Escorted through cold corridors, he walked steadily, each step bringing him closer to the end of his life. When they emerged into the open city, a crowd had gathered, drawn by curiosity and the solemn spectacle. Some watched in silence, unwilling to attract attention, while others stared openly, trying to understand the situation. Few dared to show sympathy, because compassion could easily be mistaken for disloyalty under strict Roman rule. Despite the tension surrounding him, Valentine walked calmly, guided by conviction rather than fear of what lay ahead. He had risked everything to unite lovers in secret, believing love was stronger than laws meant to suppress it. Now he approached the place where Roman justice would be carried out, a stark reminder of imperial authority. The soldiers positioned him carefully, ensuring the proceedings followed the strict order expected in public punishment. Even then, he remained composed, offering neither protest nor plea, as if he had already accepted fate. To many observers, his serenity was unsettling, suggesting courage beyond ordinary fear in the face of death. He had chosen compassion over obedience, believing love was worth the ultimate personal sacrifice. On that February 14th, the empire ended his life, but it could not erase the meaning of his actions. In the years that followed, people remembered not his punishment, but his courage and devotion to love. Stories of his sacrifice spread quietly, transforming a condemned prisoner into a lasting symbol of love. And that is why, centuries later, the world still remembers his name whenever love is celebrated. If you enjoyed today's story, please support my channel by clicking subscribe and notification bell for more updates. Thank you.